Welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how I make my fish. This fish is called pompano, the pompano fish. It's very delicious and you will love it. Follow my channel for more food recipes. So for the pompano, first of all, I need to dress it and then cut it into two. And then I use a knife to just make some lines on it. Or before that, I make my spices ready. I blend onions, ginger, garlic, chili pepper. I mix them together and I blend them in a blender. I pour it in a bowl. I use half spoon thyme seasoning. I use half spoon all-purpose seasoning, half spoon turmeric, half spoon garlic seasoning. I mix them in a bowl and I add salt to taste. I don't usually use half spoon salt because these ingredients have salt in them or sodium in them. So I just sprinkle some salt on it, depending on how you want it to taste. After washing the pompano fish, I use my gloves. You can do with or without the gloves. I mix all these spices with the blended ginger, garlic, pepper together. And then I mix them in a bowl. And then I pour a little bit on the pompano fish in the bowl. And then mix it together with my hands. I make sure the mixed spices goes into the head of the fish and every part possible. So after pouring it in and then mixing it, I leave it for about 30 minutes. And then I spray my baking sheet with oil palm, turn on the oven to broil. My oven is very hot. It starts at 500, so I don't use 500. I use 410. So I turn on the oven to 410 and time it for 40 minutes. So when I line the fish up on the baking sheet, the rest of the sauce that is left, I use a spoon to just smear it all over it because I want the fish to be soaked in the sauce. And then I even pour the rest on the baking sheet just for it to soak it whilst baking. So after that, when the oven is ready or readily hot, I put the fish in it. I wait for about 10-15 minutes to come and check on it to see if the oven is too hot for it or if it's okay. And if it's okay, I leave it for some time, come back to check on it. I turn the other side of the fish for it to also brown. I love my fish to be very brown because it tastes better than if it is white. Some people cook their fish and it's white. I don't like it that way. So depending on how you like it, that is how much you're going to increase the oven number 2. So for about 10 minutes before it is readily cooked, if I'm going to blend pepper to eat it with maybe banku or gari or just anything, what I usually do is I peel the onions, I wash the peppers, the tomatoes, I wash them, I wash the onions too. I cut a little ginger and add to it. So I wash everything and then I'll line it up near the fish or around the fish. I do this because I want the juice or the sauce in the fish to soak the peppers, the ginger, the tomatoes, and the onions. Because what happens is if it's soaked and you blend it, it gives it a different flavor. So I line them up in it 10 minutes before I turn the oven off, actually. So if you see that the other side of the fish is browning like the previous side, or when you turn the other side and you think you're going to use 10 minutes to finish baking it or broiling it, just add your tomatoes and all. So when everything is done, I turn off the oven, I take out my tomatoes, my ginger, my onion, my pepper, I pour them in the blender, and then I scoop a little bit of the juice that's still left around the fish, and I add it to what is in the blender. I add it to the tomatoes and stuff in the blender, just for the the juice to give it a different taste. So when I pour the juice in the blender, I add a pinch of salt, depending on how much salt you eat. Add it to the pepper and tomatoes and all, and then I blend it, and then use it for whatever I want to use it for. I've made this fish for a lot of people, and they've come back asking me for the recipe. That is why I want to share my recipe with you. So follow me for other recipes. Thank you. So this pompano fish can be found in fresh food markets and wholesale fresh food markets. It's usually cost about $5 or more per fish, but it's very delicious and worth the price. You can eat this fish with your rice, your jollof, fried rice, kinky, banku, and anything that you desire. Follow me for more food recipes that are nutritious. I use a lot of vegetables for my cooking because it's very healthy. You can see I used a lot of onions, garlic, ginger to spice the fish before I use some for the pepper too. I don't just use salt and pepper to spice my fish because it doesn't make it very delicious. So I add all those vegetables, blend them and mix them for the fish to be delicious. The recipe for kelewele, my version of kelewele, which you're going to love because a lot of people have reached out to me regarding this kelewele recipe that they want me to do and sell. So with the kelewele, I get my plantains, my ripe plantains, slice them the way I want to. I wash it, and then I add my salt, depending on how you want it to taste, my black pepper, my all-purpose seasoning, my thyme, and then my turmeric. I love turmeric a lot. So I mix them in a bowl. I blend onions, ginger, chili pepper, and garlic together. Depending on your quantity of plantain, that will depend on the number of onions you're going to use. So for the plantain I'm doing today, I use one big onion, one medium-sized ginger, 4 garlic cloves, and then 1 or 2 chili pepper, depending on how you want it. So I blend them together, I pour it in a bowl, and then add the spice mixture to it. Mix it up, pour it on the plantain. Make sure I mix it very well, and then I pour the oil in a pot. I usually use peanut oil because from what I read, it's healthy, or it's the best, or one of the best. So I pour the oil in the pot for it to be hot, and then I pour my kelewele into it. Stir it at the beginning for a while, for about a minute, and then leave it to cook. The entire cooking process takes about 15 minutes depending on your quantity and how hot the oil is. Once again, I mix all the spices and the blended vegetables in one bowl, and then pour it on the plantains, mix it, turn on the stove, pour my oil, and then start frying my kelewele. So try it and you will love it. Some people want their kelewele light brown. Some want it very hard and black. Some want it in between. I love mine to be in between, brown, dark brown, and not too soft. Depending on what you want, that's the recipe for the kelewele. Thank you for watching, and please look out for more videos.